is up, everyone? Welcome. Gotta watch them all. Lured Up, episode 5. The Philly Free Streets edition. My name is Ken. I'm with Melissa here. Hi.
Hi, friends.
And Adam.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, guys? Welcome back. We are a Pokemon Go podcast. We're going to talk about Pokemon Go today, boys and girls. Today is Thursday, November 2nd, 2017. You'll be hearing this tomorrow on the 3rd. It'll be out. Halloween event just wrapped up. We had a good week, man. We have a lot to talk about. We had a lot of experiences this week. Adam came down to New Jersey from New Hampshire for Philly Free Streets. We're going to talk about that in detail. But we also are going to talk about the Halloween event, Suicune, the game's massive update that's going to be rolling out tonight and tomorrow. Ton of stuff to talk about. So, Adam, how's your week been? Was this like the greatest week ever at Pokemon Go or what?
It was the greatest week ever. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Philly Free Streets for me, we'll talk about it later in detail, but it was like the best day of Pokemon Go I think I've ever had.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It was so much fun. The community aspect of the whole thing just blew my mind. I loved it. It was
just like no matter which direction you looked in, somebody was playing. Everybody was trying to
awesome.
throw things in gyms, and everybody was like, "What? It's full already?"
Yeah, they would see the gym turn over, but like in that 1 millisecond, it would fill up, and it was just awesome. So we'll talk about Philly Free Streets in detail, but it's been a good week. We just wrapped up the Halloween event, ended today, 4:00 Eastern time here. What did you think of the Halloween event at large, Adam? I mean, are you sad to see it go? I kind of have mixed feelings now that it's gone. How do you feel about it?
I was sad at first because, I was just like, oh. Now all I'm seeing is like Rattatas and Paris and Pidgey and oh my. I just was like so sad. I was so sad. It's like even though I have like 1,000+ candies of, Shuppet and Duskull and Sableye and whatever, but it's like I just miss them because they were so fun to catch.
So Melissa was unaware that they were going away. She thought that they were going to be sticking around until the rest of the generation came. So when I told her that they were gone, she was like, what?
I nearly had a conniption. I was very, very upset about this. That's such a ridiculous tease. Just leave them. Why take them away?
Because it was a special event.
I don't care.
So
just give them back to me.
When the timer was kind of ticking down of the event about to, expire, I'm thinking, I've caught so many of these things. I'm good. Like I'm not gonna miss them at all. But not having caught any shinies over the stretch of the event, that's the reason that I missed them, because I want more opportunities with focus spawns of just them to be able to shiny hunt. So that's what I'm bummed out about. But I am so happy to see my Weedles again and my Pidgeys again, because that's my evolution fodder. That's my XP grind.
Womp womp, corny. I hate them.
So, wow, you're mean.
They are the worst.
No way. Caterpie every single time. Weedle every time. Pidgey. Well, I'm a hypocrite. Everything every time. But I get extra excited. I could see like a Magikarp or a Dratini and get all fired up. But the Pidgeys just never let me down. But no, I was able to do enough evolving where I think I'm down to like 2 or 3 Shuppet, 2 or 3 Duskull, and really low count of candy. Like I was able to really evolve everything I had. Day before Philly Free Streets at night, I turned level 39, so I hit 39 then. That was the other night, and now I'm at 500,000 already. So I'm 500,000 into the 5 million to hit level 40. So I did pretty good in the past 5 days. But
Woo,
I'll never have
girl.
a day. I'll never have another day like Philly Free Streets where it's just 5, 6, 7 hours of just nonstop catch after catch after catch.
Yeah,
after
there wasn't a time where you weren't hitting a Pokestop or you weren't catching something or you weren't raiding.
Well,
Yeah.
and they were all
nonstop.
new Pokestops for us, so we cashed in on the XP.
I was dropping lucky eggs, incense, just going and going and going.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entire day, and I think we were there 6 hours, I had a lucky egg burning and an incense burning the entire time.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a time when I didn't have that on.
But I was so focused on trying to get a stinking shiny that I don't even know what spawned from my incense. I had incense on all day long, and I don't even know what spawned from.
So the Halloween event is done. I have mixed feelings about it. I guess we're going to, it's going to be interesting when Gen 3 does drop that we'll see the ghosts again, but in, I guess they'll be just as rare as seeing a Ghastly or a Hypno now, under normal circumstances. So it'll make them a little bit special then, and then it'll be even more difficult to get a shiny, and we can all be salty about it.
Definitely.
So as of Halloween, Suicune has rotated to the Americas. I don't want to talk about this too much today because there's so much other stuff to talk about, and we are recording on Sunday night, and we could talk about it in depth there when we have a little bit more experience in front of Suicune. But I was able to sneak out on my lunch break today and caught one on my last ball with an excellent throw. So I was very excited, and I kind of did that like in secrecy. I just like snuck out of work and do it because I saw one. It was the Warnanko Park group right by my job. It's the park that I grew up in, pretty much right by where I grew up. And I saw it in the WhatsApp, and I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm going. I'm so going." And we had 18 people, so it was a piece of cake to take down. And
18?
Yeah, we had 18. Goodness. It was cool. And there's like 6 gyms in that park, and there was 3 eggs still there, and one had already popped, in addition to the one I did. So they were all dropping lucky eggs, and they were going to hit the whole park, just run through them all. But I don't want to spend too much time on Suicune. Adam, you do have a good story, and Melissa hasn't heard this yet. So what happened with you today with Suicune?
So the only one that popped up in my town like today was in a Walgreens area, and it's so we could only get 4 or 5 people. We're all there. We're like, we can do this. And so we all jump in, and we just start battling it. And somebody else had said, hey, I'm on my way. But, we just didn't have time. There was 13 minutes on there, and I'm like, I hate waiting. So, not hate waiting, but going in after that much time, like it's already going to take 3 or 4 minutes to get set up. So, by the time if we had to rejoin, he'd be there.
Time is money. Time is money.
Right. So we just jump in. We're going and going and going. It's got maybe like... I don't even know, like a pinch left, and we miss it. And I'm like, ugh.
What?
I'm like, great. I'm using all super effective stuff here. So I quickly revived everything. That guy finally shows up, and he's like, what's going on? What's going on? And I'm like, no, like, all right, jump in. So we all jump in back again. So now there's 6 of us. We should easily be able to take this if we got it down to just a hair. And while we're like setting up, he's like, what's good for this? Do we use Golem and Rhydon?
My.
I'm like, no. And he's like, it says Vileplume. He's like, is that good for this? And I'm like, I guess if it gave you that, I mean, that's if it has Solar Beam, then yes. But it was just like, really?
And the outcome at the end of this adventure for you?
Well, and then like the other person's like, I just leveled up to 32, like... I'm like, oh man, like we're not gonna do this. And so we just keep going, and we're like, so we finally get into the battle. Everybody's super effective. We're just going at it. It gets down to like 5 seconds. All it is one special attack away. We all holding our screens, and then it's like time's up, and we're all looking at it, and they all like every single screen said 4 or 5 seconds, and I'm like, how is it time's up? So we miss, and then it wasn't there after, so we couldn't even jump in again.
Oh.
And one of the people's second accounts, like froze right in the middle of it. So like we were back down to 5, but even weaker than we were before because I don't know the other guy's level, but for him to be like, is Vileplume, is Golem, you know what I mean?
It's like you almost want to bring a cheat sheet for people, like, bro. Just use these Pokemon. Come on, let's do this. Luckily, the group I was with today, they were all hardcore, so everyone had solid lineups, and we made with that volume of people, we could have used Pidgeys and probably taken it down with 18. But good stuff. We'll talk about it again on next episode.
Well,
once Melissa
I can't wait to
chance.
actually get a chance to see it in person.
But I was able to pick it up while Double Candy was still on too, so that was nice. I got 6 candy.
Yeah, super jelly about that.
Yeah.
All right. 1613 is the max CP, so that's the CP you want to keep a lookout for as you're catching it for 100%. All right, let's talk about this update. This is the most ridiculous news ever. I'm very excited about this update. It's rolling out now. I think some people with Android already have it. It's the 0.81.1 on Android and 1.15.1 on iOS. This update is massive. Lots of different areas of the game are affected. Lots of really cool stuff that's going on. A lot of interesting stuff that's going on. And I'm going to break it down for you real quick. Here we go. The game engine, the Unity engine that the game actually runs on, right? So that's the back end software, powering the whole, for the visual aspect of the game and the core operations of the game has finally been upgraded to 2017.1. So apparently the game is supposed to run smoother, more efficiently. There's memory management. It's going to shrink the size of the files, I guess. So once we have all these Pokemon saved, maybe they're going to increase the storage bag or whatever for Pokemon. But they're making the game file smaller, and it's supposed to run better. So I haven't seen this update yet. I'm excited to see how this rolls out. Anytime.
Hopefully, it'll save my battery.
Well, dude, that was a major issue in Philly was just struggling with the battery all day. But in the official update notes, this is what they say: resolved a bug that prevented trainers from powering up Pokemon to their max CP. This is an interesting one. This only affects trainers over level 38. But I encountered this problem when I flipped to 39. So when I flipped to 39, I was excited that I could power up all my, my top 12, my big boys. I could power them up a little bit. So when I hit 39, I go to those Pokemon, couldn't power them up. I was like, what the heck is going on? I've heard of this happening when you go from 39 to 40, but apparently it's affecting some people with 38 to 39. So I was only able to power up like one of my top 12 Pokemon. So apparently this is going to be resolved. So when I get this update, I'll be able to power up all my top dogs. Another patch note here: resolved a bug that caused trainers' contributions to reset when rejoining a raid battle. This is a big one if you play like me. I don't dodge, so I would just let my team wipe, and then I would just come in with a new squad, fresh and clean, and go from there. But all the damage that I did with my first 6 would be negated, and it wouldn't contribute to the team bonus for damage. Now that's resolved.
That's awesome.
That's a good thing. If you play like me, like Melissa, she never has to bring a second squad because she's dodging the whole time. She's like Sugar Ray Leonard. She's like Sugar Ray Leonard. You're just dancing the whole time.
No, not the whole time.
She gets an attack in.
She's like,
no, I
doing moonwalks. She's like spinning around the whole thing. Do-si-do.
I got a little
She's
bit
doing the electric slide. And then various bug fixes, performance updates, stuff like that. So all that is what they're telling us. There was an APK mine, and this is where we found the goods. This is the goods here. I'm very excited about this stuff. So there's some kind of change to the code in regards to Go Plus. So there's going to be some kind of tweaks to the efficiency, the connectivity. We don't know exactly what it is. I'm optimistic that this is going to be a fix to the iOS 11 thing, but something is going to be changing with the efficiency or something with Go Plus. So that's in the code somewhere. Now, the big interesting one here is the app blacklist. There's been a change to the game's privacy that will allow the app to detect other apps that are on the user's phone. So now Niantic will be able to see what apps you have installed on the phone. This is probably going towards spoofers. They want to find these apps that are going to be spoofing apps and identify that if those apps are on your phone, you're a potential threat to the game. You're breaking the terms of service. Why else would you have this, game breaking app on your phone and then potentially start handing out bans? So I don't care. I'm all for this. Adam, you brought up a great point. You're like, well, now they could see what part of the user base has Draconius Go.
And if they have Draconius Go, why not? I mean, could be like a soft ban or whatever. They just all you catch is Pidgeys and Rattatas.
Have another Weedle.
You can't catch rare Pokemon.
But I thought that was super interesting, and this is also coming in the wake of a significant wave of bans in Ingress. So I don't really follow Ingress at all. I don't know how the game works. All I know is like what it looks like. I've seen pictures and stuff like that. But apparently, there was a very, very popular third-party app that was collecting and scraping data from the game servers. Something like, what gyms you're holding, your username, the time you take the gym, like as much data as they can get from the user base. They were scraping this data, and this could be used maliciously by people being able to like triangulate your driving patterns, and they know every morning at 8 a.m. you hit this one specific gym, and then at 10 a.m. you're going to hit this other gym, and then when you get off, they're going to find out when you get off of work because they could follow these patterns, and for someone who maliciously has a malicious intent, that, that's a very personal data, and Niantic it's their responsibility to protect that data. So they scrubbed these sites, they found out who was using them, and major players in the Ingress community. The community is built a little bit differently for Ingress than it is a Pokemon Go, where there's like an ambassador program where they would empower community members to do things in the game and hold these community events and work in the forums and stuff like that. And apparently a ton of these high-level players that have been in the community and done a lot of good for the Ingress community are using these very bad apps, and they brought the ban hammer down, no warning, and just banned a ton of accounts.
Wow.
And this is like shocking because these are like the core community members, and they just had no cares given, and brought the ban hammer down. Could this be a sign of what's coming to Pokemon Go? I sure as hell hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Ban them all, yo. I think
make it fair.
Like I'm pretty excited, actually. So
It's like, you want to go to Philly Free Streets without actually being there?
Yeah, dude.
Nope.
I'll give up a little bit of my privacy to allow Niantic to swing Thor's hammer around a little bit, and take people out. So I'm excited about that. But as this applies to Pokemon Go, they found out that new tracker Gym Hunter, I don't know if it's new, but the tracker Gym Hunter that people use for getting Pokemon spawn locations and raids and stuff like that, apparently Gym Hunter is scraping data as well and saving that data on their server, and they leaked a screenshot that showed a list of geographic gyms and the usernames of the people that were in those gyms, and they make that information public with timestamps and all that stuff. So it's it's sensitive, personal consumer data. Very interesting. So we'll see what happens with Gym Hunter. I heard that there was mods from them going away and protecting information. So it's a lot of weirdness going on there, but big privacy shakeup in the Pokemon Go community and ultimately in Ingress. So
very interesting.
Very, very interesting. I think it's cool. I think it's about time that they start taking this stuff seriously. And I don't mind at all. I think it's good stuff. But back to the update. I need to
new moves.
Need to bring the train back onto the rails. New moves have been added to the game. 3 quick moves, 3 charge moves. Quick moves are Waterfall, Yawn, and Takedown.
Cool.
Charge moves, Doom Desire, which I believe is Jirashi's signature move. Draco Meteor and Surf. And Draco Meteor was whose? I think there was what Pokemon used that in the main series? I forget who it was. Maybe Deoxys. I think it was Deoxys that uses Draco Meteor. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. And then Surf, that's a very popular one from the beginning with Lapras and other watery Pokemons. But awesome that new moves have been added to the game. It's always a good sign that they're progressing, that new things could be happening with battling. And this one, the final little tidbit here, I'm very excited about this. The 3D models for Ho-Oh, Shiny Ho-Oh, and Celebi have been added to the game, and they look absolutely stunning.
I want to see.
And this is a good sign. Awesome. What do you think of this, Adam? I mean, you think that this is like they're coming? Do you think that?
Oh, they're coming. I've got this is like they're gonna do this. They're gonna do Smeargle and Delibird.
You want Delibird, dude. You want Delibird so good. You don't care what the news says. You're going to sneak Delibird in there somehow. You're going to be like, yo, their Delibird's coming. I'm telling you.
Yo, Gen 3 update. Just Delibird.
Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, this is cool. It'll be interesting to see if Ho-Oh comes as an EX raid or just a level 5 legendary. But Celebi, mythical Pokemon. You know what I mean? This is big news here because we have not seen Mew in the game. Yeah. You know what I mean? And now Celebi's here, so this is good stuff. Open. This is good stuff. I'm so psyched, but yeah, Shiny Ho looks so amazing. Looks so awesome. The rainbow Pokemon.
I just want one shiny.
Yeah, can a brother get a shiny?
Yeah.
Philly Free Streets was absolutely amazing.
Spectacular.
Saturday, October 28th, 2017. Like we said earlier, Adam drove down 6 hours from New Hampshire to New Jersey. Spent the weekend at our place, and
it was so fun.
It was so much fun, and
awesome.
we hit Philly Free Streets hard. We left my house at 7 o'clock, around 7 o'clock. I wanted to leave at 6.
45.
Got there, we got to Philly. We were bugging out about parking. We watched Holly's videos. before the event, and she's like, parking's going to be an issue. Get here early, plan it out, be ready to walk because you're going to have to probably park far from the event. So we roll up to Philly. Everyone's still sleeping. And we pull up to Washington Square Park, which is right, in the heart of things of the event and where the after party took place. And I make one turn off of the park, and I see a sign, all-day parking, $27. I was like, pulled right in. I was like, yo, we are so good. Pulled in, valeted, $27, best $20 I ever spent.
Out of the car in 20
spent,
seconds, and
right into it, right into the mix. It was so good, and
we really didn't have to. We literally walked one block, and we knew exactly why we were there. We started seeing the people.
We were one block from the Liberty Bell.
Vibe,
it was awesome.
5 minutes in, we met Dark Matter Wolf. So
it was the funniest thing because everywhere you looked, there's people holding tripods and cameras out in front of their face, shooting. It was like there was so many PokeTubers out there. But yeah, we met Dark Matter Wolf like the second we got there. Super nice guy.
Yeah.
We've been going back and forth on Twitter. We're going to get him on the show. I watched his coverage of Philly Free Streets, his video, and it was super entertaining. He has a very unique style, different from everybody else. Super entertaining. I highly recommend checking him out. Give him a sub, give him a like, tell him we sent you, and we'll have him on the show. So we'll be retweeting and promoting his stuff because he's definitely deserving of that. But he was with Scott Wu and Elijah Watts. They were all there. We ended up. It was just there was PokeTubers everywhere. It was a ton of fun. But yeah, 2 minutes after we got there, we knew exactly that the day was going to be fantastic. And when Adam opened the map, he's like, "Look at the lures!" Everything was lured up.
Everything.
That was one of the coolest sights to see. Is like so many Pokestops and everything twinkling. It was like
because we played in Disney last year. Not everything was lit. You know what I mean? Not everything was lit up. So in Philly, every single stop was just flower petals everywhere. I was like, yes.
I came into the event with like 42 lures, and I couldn't even leave one because anytime one ended, somebody already put one in.
It was already on.
Yep. Yeah, it was. People had crazy expectations of what this event was, and then there's the normal people like us that had realistic expectations of what this event was. So we knew going into it exactly what we were getting into. A giant community event built for the community, a very community-driven event. So, it sounds campy and cheesy, but it's like, for the community, by the community type thing. No special spawns. The specialness of this event was going to be every trainer from that area and around the country was coming. I mean, Reversal came. He flew over the ocean, Atlantic Ocean to get here. So all this stuff is happening, and that's what the core of this event was all about. And it happens to be the thing that I thought was amazing about this event, and it seems that a lot of other people on the internet, salty people, and people that didn't even go, of course, thought that was the worst part of the event, that they would only go to an event like that if there was going to be something special like unknowns that spelled Philly or, a regional Pokemon that was going to be there. I didn't miss that one bit. It made zero difference to me that I could have caught Duskull and Shuppet all day, and that's all I caught, and it wouldn't have even mattered.
Well, that's what we did catch all day.
We did.
Yeah, I was aiming to catch every Sableye.
And Sableye, yep.
I think when I started my evolution parties, I had 2,600 Duskull candy.
I don't even know what I have.
But it was absolutely a blast to get back out there on foot and walk around and hunt Pokemon and catch Pokemon and not be driving in a car from point A to point B to point C.
Yeah,
what
it was
a
awesome.
difference the game. It felt like old times, and it was amazing. Adam, you've been to Philly before to play the TCG, but how was your experience as far as we did it right. We looked at the architecture, we looked at the artwork and the sculptures, and we went inside the Liberty Bell and
history, yeah.
We did it right. How was this for you? This is what it's all about, right?
It was amazing. I mean, words can't really describe it, and it's one of those you had to have been there, and that's why anybody that didn't go, there's no room for you to really say anything because it's not just, oh, I want to go to play Pokemon and hopefully there's a special spawn. You're going to Philly and exploring Philly,
It was
and
awesome.
That's what we did. We got tons of distance. We hatched tons of eggs.
Yeah.
Our bags were full. I never didn't have a ball. There were hundreds of people raiding. You could just walk up to a raid, enter, and it would say like 1 or 2 people in. 10 seconds later, 20. The lobby's full. And there were crowds of people just yelling like, "It's the Entei!"
Dude,
like,
so
that's my favorite part of Philly. Like, right when we got there was an entire like group just. They were walking through the streets, and then they're just like, "It's the Entei!" And I'm like, "Yes!"
And I had like absolutely no sense of direction when I was there. Because I was just like, whichever way, like, which way looks fun? Okay, we'll make a left here. Well, let's hit these stops. Let's hit that. Like, we would end up going around in circles, and it didn't even matter. Like, we like went around the block, I think, twice in a row. And it's like, we're like, yo, we're where we started again. Like, how do we get here? It's like,
we were just following the stops.
We were
just following the stops that we hadn't hit yet, and it was amazing.
It was like Pac-Man. It's like we were playing Pac-Man. We were, the new stops for the power pellets. We were going around and making sure we were plucking everything off because we had the lucky eggs going. But, dude, I ran through, are you ready? 33 super incubators.
Oh, my goodness, Kenta.
33?
33 super incubators.
Crazy.
Burned through them all. When I left the event, I finished my last super incubator, and I have no incubators right now. Actually, I bought some today. But, so, well, dude, the boxes were going away. I did this right, and I got real lucky. So, the way I had leftover coins, and I'd been earning 50 a day, I said, I got to get my 50 coin payout today before the event ends, because if I got that 50, I would have, by 2 coins away, I would have enough to buy another one of those middle boxes. And sure enough, 7:30 a.m., I see Blissy's home. I'm like, yes, 50 coins. Boom, bought that box. Immediately started cooking a bunch of 5Ks, but... yeah, it was, the distance was amazing, but...
You're a Poke mastermind. It's so ridiculous.
I had to plot it out. It was like I went, I made sure that I put my big fatties in the gyms, like overnight, so I could at least get those 9 hours till, 9 a.m. and get the 50 coins, but it totally worked out. But, dude, we, I wish we had a pedometer on, because we literally walked nonstop for 6 hours. We stopped at a Starbucks to do a recharge for like a half an hour, and that was literally the only time. Yeah, that was like the only time we stopped. It was like we were going the whole day.
We stopped for breakfast.
Raids. Yeah, we got breakfast, and that was it.
And we charged. We stopped for breakfast. We charged. We went the entire day until pretty much we had literally no charge in any of our devices.
We were all dead. Our
power
battery
banks
packs
were
were
done.
It was awful.
Yeah,
I brought 2
and
power
we
packs.
had to really recharge. But you know what? I think this is exactly what Niantic wanted from this game. Yeah. And they wanted people to get out and explore their environment in a way that is community-based. And that's exactly what they achieved with this event. They didn't need the special spawns. They didn't need any of that because the location was the specialty of it,
because they did similar events in Akron, Ohio, and in San Jose, but the fanfare and the coverage of those events is nowhere near the density and volume of content that's out there on the internet right now from the Philly event. Niantic covered the San Jose event, and there was a lot of people there, but the YouTubers and stuff, it just seems that they were all there. I mean, Dark Matter Wolf and Elijah Watts are from the West Coast. Those guys flew in. I mean, Reversal came in. Holly's from Philly. Sinbad's in Philly. So, we're an hour and a half away in Jersey. So it was just like this massive convergence, and it was just absolutely awesome. That last Entei raid that we did in front of that ridiculous building, that gorgeous, gorgeous building, I don't know. There had to be at least 300 or 400 people out there raiding. It was awesome.
That was really cool.
Everyone was going.
And that's the one I caught.
And that is the one you caught.
Yes.
I think I caught 3. I think I caught 3 Enteis.
I caught 1.
You caught 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
I caught 1. 2 ran on me, so.
Yeah.
But you can watch our video.
So Adam's vlog is up. It's awesome. Check it out, and you get a real cool sense of the history of the town from the video, and just the vibe of the fact that the streets were closed and you could just walk around and it didn't matter. You were in a safe spot. You didn't have to worry about getting run down, and there's just people everywhere. It was just, oh man, it makes me want to go back to Philly now just to relax and chill. It's just such an amazing place. That giant Irish sculpture on the waterfront, that giant art installation, that giant thing.
Oh yeah,
holy moly, man! It was like
detail in that.
It was breathtaking.
Yeah,
breathtaking. Like I mean, it was. I don't know. I was in awe. I was in absolute awe of this sculpture. It's just absolutely amazing. And
seeing the Liberty Bell for me was just
Melissa's never been to Philly ever. So that
iconic.
Was besides the museum, but she that was the first time on foot in Philly. So she, seeing the Liberty Bell that's heavy duty, man. That's a major piece of this country, and the history overall in Philly is just so cool because you have this amazing old school architecture, and then you have cool hip eateries and art and stuff. It's just an amazing blend of culture. Yeah. Awesome. So good.
I'm really hoping for another event on this coast sometime in the near future.
No, seriously. If Niantic does like a, cross country type thing where they go from state to state, that would be awesome. Like I would make it a point to travel to all 50 states.
Well, this is the Knight Foundation. So they partnered with the Knight Foundation. They're the ones that have been running these local events. So as long as this partnership continues, and I mean, they're in a strong position right now because this was obviously a success. And the interesting thing, Philly Free Streets has been going on for years. This is a normal Philly-wide event, right? It seemed like this was a Pokemon Go event.
Yeah.
I don't even really recall seeing like any volume of people not playing the game. Like,
and the only people who weren't playing the game were on bikes, and they were like, right. What are all these people doing?
And I think that those people
why are these people playing Pokemon?
I think those people were just general tourists who just happened to decide to go to Philadelphia to experience the history of the United States on that particular day. And they walked into a bunch of people dressed up in costumes and with their phones to their faces and playing games.
In Adam's video, as soon as we get there, like we got there super early and we found the Niantic tent where they were giving out, they did a scavenger hunt. So they had this little pamphlet that you can get that we got a couple of that were really cool. And there's like, these bike tours and, these rolling pedal bars you could go on. And it's like you hear in your video, the lady's like, Pokemon, that's cool. Like she's like,
I know, right? I was like, I can't cut this. This is too good. It's so natural. And she's just like, Pokemon, that's cool.
That's cool. Like it was just the weirdest thing, the way that Pokemon was able to inject themselves into this historic
I was going to say,
it was the coolest thing. It was so cool. At 2:00 in Washington Square Park, PoGO Philly United did a costume contest and really cool community event. Pokemon Master Holly and Reversal did a meet and greet. We got to meet them, which was really rad. Pokemon Master Holly ended up shouting us out in her video coverage of it, which was really, really cool. Big shout out to her. She's so awesome.
Yeah.
Reversal took some footage of Adam, so we'll see if Adam pops up in one of Reversal's videos.
Yeah, he said he was putting a montage together of everybody dressed up, so look for me in my Seismitoad knitted hat.
Oh man, but what an absolute amazing event, and Adam, it was just so cool having you here because it was the first time that we met in person. So that was
and it was like we've been friends for
I felt like we
years.
were online dating, like we like I met you on like Tinder or Plenty of Fish or something like that, and we had an online catfish relationship. I was waiting for you, like that's not Adam, to show up like a different person. But it was awesome though. As soon as you got here, it was like it was love at first sight, man. It was so cool having you here, man.
Yeah.
No, it was awesome, and like your family's amazing, and I thank you guys more than anything for just letting me stay with you. And
and our son Josh absolutely loves you, man. Like he hasn't stopped talking about you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did draw me a Delibird, so
he totally did.
he found his way into my heart.
But that was it was just such an amazing time, man. I don't even know what to say. It was just it's really, really motivating, and I'm very excited to have met Sinbad and Dark Matter Wolf and that whole crew, and I'm working on getting some of those people on the show or doing, Melissa and I were talking about ideas of a video podcast or doing like a Google Hangout on air with that whole crew. I think that would be a lot of fun, and I know Dark Matter Wolf, I've been communicating with him on Twitter. He's up for it, so we're gonna get something going. But I'm a creature of habit. You know, I watch trainer tips every single day. I watch my reversal. I watch Pokemon Master Holly now on a regular. You know, I'll try to give, you know, Sparky Joy, you know, she has long streams, but I'll try to give her, you know, a like in a 10 or 15 minute watch or something like that when I can. But seeing all these new content creators, like, dude, Scott Woo's video, I'll link it, it's a 5-minute video, and it is so incredibly well shot. It's just, it blew me away. It's just, it could be a promo made by Niantic. Like, it's just absolutely beautiful and captures the essence of the event completely. I'll link to it. Check it out. And then Elijah Watts has got, like, you know, super high quality camera. So, like, watching his videos are awesome because the camera is just, I'm a little bit of a camera file, I guess. Like, it's so awesome seeing such a high quality camera. You know, 1080 of 60 frames. It's like, oh, 60 frames. looks so smooth.
But I agree.
Yeah, and
I'm like,
Dark
I think
Matter
I got
Wolf
like
is
30
really
or something.
comical, and Sinbad's just got so much energy. Like, they're just an awesome cast of characters, and you know, I'm gonna have them on. So last week, I mentioned that I was gonna make an announcement of a special guest that we're gonna have on the show. I am very happy to announce that on the 12th, 2 weeks from now, we will have the crew from Nintendo Wire on Lured Up to talk about Pokemon Go. Jason Ganos, hopefully Lauren will come on too, Happily Candied. I'm very excited to announce that they're coming on, so definitely check out for that. You know, maybe we'll have them on the standard format show too, or we'll do a double duty or do an interview or something, because there's so much going on in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon right now. So check out our standard format. The next time we record Sunday night, we're going to be recording our next episode of the standard format show where we talk about all things Pokemon. But there's so
It'll
much
be
to
intense.
Dude, there's a new trailer just dropped for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and it's absolutely bananas. There's so much to talk about. So maybe, I don't know what we'll do, but stay tuned. You guys got to meet the people from Nintendo Wire. They're super cool, super rad, and they're doing amazing things about Nintendo, and they always, you know, cover Pokemon as well. So very, very cool that we're going to have them on in 2 weeks. I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
Now, I have a quick question for you guys. Have either of you looked on your TV next to the Nintendo 64?
No.
Okay.
Why?
What did you leave?
One of you guys get up and go get it.
All right, I'm going.
So I have in my house, I have a man cave where I have like walls and walls of Toys to Life figures on display and Pokemon stuff everywhere. And, you know, I got the Xbox One set up, and then I have a smaller screen with an N64 and an NES hooked up, and I guess, let's see what Melissa brings back. Says she doesn't see anything.
It's in like a white paper. It's right next to the TV.
It's in a
right
white paper next to the TV. Oh, I hear a deep breath. She says, "Our son is sleeping and she's screaming in the other room."
Oh goodness!
What is it?
Dude, what are you doing?
What is it? Oh snap!
No, dude. No.
It means no. And honestly, guys, your reaction like that alone means more to me than that card.
Oh my
So,
God.
Adam has left us a shining Mewtwo GX full art.
I don't even, dude.
Melissa is so in love with this card
right now.
So,
Like, I'm dying.
So Adam pulled this on one of his Insta boosters on our Instagram channel. So check us out on Instagram so you can see him pull this card. And when Melissa saw it, she went like totally gaga over it, and now she's holding it, and now she's gonna cry.
Oh,
No, but like seriously, you guys are amazing, and I can't,
thank
do
you,
enough.
dude.
to say you guys like thank you.
Oh, so
my
cool.
God,
You know?
dude.
Oh my gosh.
You're more than welcome to come back anytime.
I feel like I need to listen to like Dashboard Confessional right now or something. I'm so emotional.
Dude, I can't believe it sat there for that long.
I know,
I
Holy
can't believe it
stuff,
either.
man.
I thought you guys would have texted me and been like, "Hey,"
That is,
but it took
You know,
until
and
we
it's
did
dude,
this
and
funny.
you're
podcast.
good good keeping it under wraps this whole
Yeah,
time.
and you know what? It's funny because I did notice this white piece of paper there. And for some reason, every time I saw it, I thought it was like a piece of paper with passwords on it.
Yeah, we have lots of
So,
those
like,
all over
I
the
would
place.
never think.
High-tech security in the Pescator
Well,
household.
no, because I can never remember Josh's stinking password to get on Xbox Live.
But
Dude,
awesome,
you are
man.
so ridiculous.
Thank you, dude.
Thank you.
Like I
can't
said,
wait to have
Delibird's
you
my
back.
favorite Pokemon, so you guys just wait. The listening audience, as soon as it becomes, December, giveaway after giveaway.
Yeah, so we'll announce a little bit something else on our main format podcast, but I've got a big pile of stuff in that room that we're going to be giving away. So lots of cool giveaways coming, but that's pretty much the show, man. We can wrap it up there. I mean, I could talk about Philly Free Streets for a long time because it was just so darn amazing, but definitely, I'm going to run through some housekeeping, but check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I've got another short video.
Wait, another what video?
Things.
Another what?
A video where I find some cool things.
So, dude, all weekend we're
and
talking
one I
about...
just found tonight right before the podcast.
Yeah. So, we were on the hunt for shinies the whole time in Philly and did not catch any, but I guess this, one of our luck has changed significantly, and there's going to be a video dropping of it. But no, check out the coverage from Philly Free Streets. We're super excited. Big shout to Pokemon Master Holly and the whole Philly crew. Dark Matter Wolf, Elijah Watts, Scott Wu, Sinbad, that whole crew, Reversal. It's just a really, really cool community, and I'm really excited to grow and get closer with this community because everyone has just been so awesome. I mean, even looking at like the Pokemon Go cast and the Pokemon Go radio, and you have the podcast community and the YouTube community and the card community. It's what Pokemon is all about, and I'll nerd out to that all day.
Me too.
I love that.
All
Good
about
times.
it.
Three.
Awesome. So you can find everything about the show at GottaWatchTheMall.com. Please check that out. I update it every Friday. I'm going to be developing some more pages on there soon to give Lured Up its proper due on that website because it's not represented yet. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, Pinterest, Etsy, LinkedIn, MySpace, Plenty of Fish.
MySpace.
You have that?
No,
You have a MySpace? Oh,
no,
my
just
goodness.
look, check us out on social
delete
media.
it.
We're trying to really do a wide range of content. I'm going to be doing some streams tomorrow on Twitch. But again, GottaWatchTheMall.com for all those links. But we're really trying to cover Pokemon from a bunch of different angles and hit it every which way we can. So definitely check us out. One thing that you guys can do to help us out greatly is going to be to leave us a review on iTunes. This is probably what we're going to be doing some kind of contest based around in the next couple weeks. But we could really use your help. It's super easy now from iOS 11. The podcast app has been updated from our page. When you search on Gotta Watch Them All, you see our podcast, you look at our feed, you scroll down to the bottom of that, you can leave a review right from there. We would appreciate your feedback. It will help us with SEO within the search engine of iTunes for other people to find us. And we'd love to give you a shout out on the show. If you do that, we will. I can be found personally on Twitter at ProudGamerTweet. Adam, where can they find you on the Twitters?
You can find me personally at PhoenixBack4Fire.
And Melissa, where can they find you on Twitter?
Super Sweet Miss?
You got it. She's found her Twitter
Found
account
my
and
thing.
re-linked it to the phone and logged back in.
I'm back to that part of the interweb.
It was funny. There's like a 4-year blank spot of her posts because she had just logged in again. But I'll put her link in the description too. Show her some love and give her some follows up on that Twitter's. Melissa's going to be posting on our Instagram account a lot more now, so look out for a female perspective of Pokemon and Pokemon Go. I think that's super important because the player base is very diverse. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be cool to have that angle in the mix. Because there's a whole lot of white guy between me and Adam.
As I open up Twitter, Pokemon Go app, it says, "Good news, trainers. Pokemon Go Halloween deals on special, great, and ultra boxes have been extended until Monday, November 6th.
Oh, snap! We'll take your money for a little bit longer. That's
all right.
That's
good.
That's good. Yeah, it's gonna. I'm so excited to see what happens. Let's see if anything happens between now, which is Thursday, and Sunday when we record. So we'll see everyone in 3 days for recording. We'll see if anything happens over the weekend. But as for now,
it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Is it like a burrito? Because I'm good at rolling those.
I had a burrito for dinner today.
Ooh,
it was good. It had fake meat in it. It had fake meat in it.
Well, that sounds delicious.
It was so good.
I had fake chicken and like rice and some sweet potatoes and broccoli.
Vegetarian life, son. Vegetarian.
Ooh, so good.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for checking us out. We'll be back in a couple days.
And Adam, thank you again for the card, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys deserve it. Honestly, like your reaction and you
screamed from the other room.
You know,
like, oh!
just that alone. Boom.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, and we will see you in a couple days.
Peace out.
Peace out.